Welcome to Front Page Review on this dial. My name is Jude Ikami Jude. Check your time now. It's 7:03 a.m. and I'm set to flip through I'm set to flip through newspapers for you this morning. Give you all of the news, all of the stories you need to know. Okay. We'll begin with Daily Post this morning. We'll begin here. Electricity, telecom, multi-choice tariff hike. Nigerians knock NLC. Natasha versus Akpabio. ACF demands immediate thorough probe. And then to Ramadan, Middle Belt Forum condemns school closure in Sharia practicing states. Supreme Court judgment. You can't decide who run Rivers local government, according to Wike's aide, DS Fubara. You can't decide who runs Rivers local government areas. Wike's aide, DS Fubara. Moving on, APC suspends Kebbi governor's aide for bringing snake to government house. Army eliminates Boko Haram commander Abba Alai in Borno State. And then outside Nigeria, quickly, Russia-Ukraine war. Zelensky rejects immediate ceasefire. And then, protecting independence is my priority. Canada PM, Prime Minister, rather, is the one who is saying that there. France, Britain, propose partial 1 month Ukraine truce. That is according to Emmanuel Macron. Russia drone hits apartment building in Ukraine, injures about 7 people. At the Banjo, we all have to die one day. Atiku visits home of late Afenifere leader. And to some political stories, Ogun APC mourns Ayagbola, and then Oyagbola, I beg your pardon, and then call your allies to order before democracy crumbles in Rivers and other states. Zenith Labour Party tells Tinubu, call your allies to order before democracy crumbles in Rivers State. And other states, and other states. To Zamfara State now, opposition loses former governorship candidate, others to the All Progressives Congress. Political tensions in Rivers, Osun, Lagos could spiral out of control, says ZLP. Still in Osun now, APC condemns Egbedi invasion, accuses government of sponsoring violence. And then finally here, court stops Wabara's suspension as PDP BOT chairman. Everyone, let's visit the Punch newspaper and get some more headlines now. Don't forget, it is Front Page Review on this dial, okay? Okay, let me take them now. On local government funding, federal government or government agencies brainstorm as direct payment suffers setback. Osun crisis, local government workers rule out resumption, demand February salary. Naira defies pressure, ends February below 1,500 naira per dollar. One house, 2 speakers. Lagos Assembly sinks deeper into crisis. My abductors threatened to marry me, took my uniform, says a copper. My abductors threatened to marry me and they took my uniform, says a copper. Now, one of the big stories this morning is here. IBB's revelation clears path for Igbo presidency 2027. APC ex-aspirant is the one who is saying that. IBB's revelation clears path for Igbo presidency in 2027. APC ex-aspirant is the one who is saying that. And then moving on, NLC threatens fresh protest against power tariff hike. Fubara dismisses impeachment rumor. Rivers elders caution federal government. ATMs loaded with cash as 100 naira withdrawal fee begins. How buyers will get 65 naira per liter refund Dangote refinery. How buyers will get 65 naira per liter refund That is Dangote Refinery says. Is saying that, rather. Okay, NLC threatens nationwide protest over telecoms electricity tariff hike. A fresh one. A fresh one is looming. That is it. That is it. Let's see. Imo Church shot over petition against pastor. That is on the Metro corner, right? Yeah. Oguman in police net for defiling 3-year-old neighbor. Again, unknown gunmen kill one in Gombe State. And then gun-wielding EFCC officers storm Lagos school, force out pupils. Why? You get to know that later, okay? Let's visit some political headlines quickly, see if we can touch 1, 2, 3 there. One house, 2 speakers. Lagos Assembly sinks deeper into crisis. Join APC. I'll celebrate you properly. Akpabio woos OT. Join APC. I'll celebrate you properly. Akpabio woos OT. And then why I returned to APC. Sheikh Husani is the one speaking there. 2027, no vacancy in Aso Rock, says APC chieftain. And then leaked memos. Edo APC urges Okwebolo to redeploy Obaseki loyalists. Okay, let's leave the Punch newspaper. Let's leave Punch newspaper and then visit Vanguard newspaper. Lagos Assembly crisis. Fresh moves to return Obasa commences. Fresh move to return Obasa commences. And then Supreme Court verdict on Rivers. Anxiety as Fubara begins implementation. Further hike in electricity tariff will be resisted, says the National Labour Congress. And then to some more stories now, how Nigeria maltreated Igbo for decades. Okwesileze Nwodo is the one who is saying that there. How Nigeria maltreated Igbo for decades. I respect Afe Babalola, but my legal battle isn't over yet. Faro Timi is saying that. I respect Afe Babalola, but my legal battle isn't over, says Faro Timi. Why federal government insists contractors move to site before mobilization, says Umahi. That's as regards road, right? Okay, then moving on, federal government inaugurates committee to curb boat mishap in Nigeria. Strategy, governance, people drive our growth. Seplat Boss is the one saying that there's strategy, governance, people drive our growth. Yeah. And then Soludo to Igbo, prioritize investment in Eastern region. Ohanes and Igbo to amend constitution, calls for a suggestion. And then Nigeria's economic backbone has been stagnant. Is it done? I'm saying that there. Nigeria's economic backbone has been stagnant. Why exchange rate stability is not sustainable, according to an expert. Then, okay, we see there now Supreme Court verdict on Rivers. Anxiety as Fubara begins implementation. And then some political headlines, more of it. Actually, Lagos Assembly crisis. Fresh moves to return Obasa commences. And there's a footage there. A lot of persons hailing him and his fans supporting him strongly. Akpabio versus Natasha. ACF calls for thorough, transparent investigation. You can buy INEC, police, army to win elections. Former Imo governor is the one saying that. You can buy INEC, you can buy police, you can buy army to win elections. Former Imo state governor. And then, Labour Party accuses Valentino Zibo of betrayal following his defection to the All Progressives Congress. The sentinel at the door of Anambra State must succeed by Chidi Odinkalu is a very wonderful piece you might just want to grab and, of course, read. Inflation rate rattles investors as stock market index declines 0.6%. How gunmen abducted 4 students near Katsina Varsity. Tinubu Abiodun Mern as first female minister. Edun Oyagbola dies at 94. She was the first female minister. May her soul rest in peace. NDLEA arrests Turkey-bound businessman for excreting 120 wraps of cocaine. And then there is a full list here of about 40 countries whose citizens can enter the U.S. without a visa. 40 countries whose citizens can enter the U.S. without a visa. I'll check if Nigeria is there. Let's visit the Nation newspaper this morning. It's still front page review, everyone. Fubara, I will obey Supreme Court judgment. French ambassador pledges support for Nigeria's mining roadmap plan. NLC directs its organ to rebrand the Labour Party. NLC directs its organ to rebrand the Labour Party. Obasanjo hosts Jonathan Atiku Oni and others. MFLS aid orders named in $6.2 million theft in CBN hiding in the UK. Abuja Kaduna Expressway, no compromise on contractual obligations, says Umahi. And then as regards Natasha, no petition about sexual harassment before Senate, says spokesman. NLC rejects migration of lower electricity tariffs to Band A. Why Nigeria must be restructured by Olani Kwekun. I am not afraid of death threat, says NAFDAC boss. I said it last week. She shouldn't be left alone at this time. Really, really. Adiban just stood for the truth. Justice, says Jonathan. And of course, Atiku Abubakar. Tinubu mourns ex-minister. Expert. Skills research. Vital for crypto trade. And then Charterhouse Lagos expands with secondary schools. Okay. I didn't order arrest of reporter, says Monarch. Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Daily Trust is next. Let's check out the headlines quickly. Bandits kill 4 Katsina varsity students. And then protest in Jos over killing of truck drivers in the southeast. Protest in Jos over killing of truck drivers in the southeast. And then bandits abduct 4 Katsina varsity students is coming again. Massive job losses in Nigeria over USAID's funding freeze. Obasanjo, Adishina, Babalakin honor former minister Gabriel Akin Deko. And then Borno Rep Zana distributes Ramadan aid packages, cash to constituents. Yeah. Let's see say 4 more to go. With enough money, you will win election in Nigeria. Ex-Governor Udenwa is the one who is saying that there. With enough money, you will win election in Nigeria. Anytime, any day. That's what he's saying. And let's move away from that to Rivers State now. We will implement Supreme Court judgment without reservation, says Fubara. We will implement Supreme Court judgment without reservations, says Fubara. On Natasha, ACF demands probe, says Senate's image under Akpabio less than inspiring. And then finally here, Kenneth Okonkwo meets Atiku after dumping Peter Obi. Let's check the Sun newspaper. ACF orders Northern senators to stand by Akpoti Uduaghan. ACF orders Northern senators to stand by Akpoti and of course Uduaghan. Jonathan urges Tinubu to review 2014 Confab report. Yeah. All right. Let's now join Rufai Oseni this time to get his own analysis on some of these stories. Top of the morning to you and welcome.
All right. Many stories making the rounds.
Many.
I told you on Friday that there will be drama. Didn't I tell you? And the Natasha drama happened.
No be small thing. No be small thing at all.
I told you so. In fact, now you should start calling me Octopus Rufai because all the things I told you will happen are happening. And okay, let's go straight to Natasha drama first. She came on the show on the morning show, which I'm also a part of. And she said her bit, made allegations against Akpabio. Akpabio's wife countersued. Natasha came out to tell her that I have evidence, you don't have evidence, so be careful. So that went over the weekend. People have also tried to spin conspiracy theories that Natasha was fighting with her husband before. That has been debunked. A letter came out again debunking that. Also, they tried to bring the Renault situation in that she had. Renault has come out to say that I don't want to be drawn into their matter. Saraki came out to say that please, they should respect the institution and what happened next. And Ireti Kingibe also came out to confirm that at some point Natasha had told her that Akpabio said they should have a meeting in the hotel. And also she also talked about 950,000 being given to every committee every month to run themselves, and the accountability for that money. Anyway, I'm going to be talking to the Senate spokesperson today, Adara Modu.
Okay. And
all of that went back and forth. So we're also seeing more reactions. Our husband too has also come up to say that he had been told before, Natasha's husband, that XYZ had been happening between them, that he stands with his wife. Then one step further is people are now also bringing back the Joy Nunia case, where that one said she slapped Akpabio when he tried to make sexual passes at her. And all of that has been going on. The most important thing is, he who alleges must prove. Me, I can't wait to see hard evidence. That's just my concern.
Okay.
I want to see hard evidence here and there. And other people too that are feeling that have been sexually assaulted, they should bring evidence out. So by now we should be seeing videos. We should be seeing videos, not doctored videos,
everywhere.
But empirically proven videos everywhere. So Jackson today that is saying he wants to release video. Jackson, I triple dare you. Release that video if you have it. So let's be seeing how all of this goes. It's for the sanity of our country.
That'll be sporting.
While all of that was happening, similar Fubara, has assured people of the state that will implement the recent Supreme Court judgment. He also warned that the states might be back to trying times after the recent Supreme Court ruling has handed victory to his estranged benefactor and tormentor, Mr. Yison Wike. However, he stood for calm. The governor has ordered the heads of local government to immediately take over the administration of 23 local government pending the conduct of fresh election by RISEC. In a statewide broadcast yesterday, he also disagreed with the judgments, but he said he was bound to obey because he's law-abiding. So that is also shifting things as regards the state of play.
Okay.
He also stressing that his administration will take necessary action on the judgment only after his legal team has received and analyzed the implications. He says, we are aware that the Supreme Court judgment pronouncement regarding the lingering dispute, also we disagree with the judgment. We are bound to obey the others. He emphasized that since inception, he's conducted the affairs of the state within the framework of the Constitution. He said, we are humans. We believe that we have not, as a government, done anything deliberately trample on the rule of law. I have had meetings with my team of lawyers and has assured me that the certified true copy will be made available by Friday, March 7. So, because also you need to read a certified true copy of a judgment before you can really even know what happened. He has assured that on receiving the certified true copy, he will study the ramification. He said, given the outlawing of caretaker arrangements in local government structure, he's hereby directing head of local government administration to take over. He will further direct local government chairman to formally hand over levels of power. And earlier, the River State Elders Council had urged Fubara and the 28 lawmakers to ensure that necessary steps were taken in conformity with Constitution. And the chairman of the council, Chief Ferdinand Alabra, congratulated Rivers people for what he described as well-rounded pronouncement of the Supreme Court. So, but political activists, that's the Deputy National Publicity Secretary, of the All Progressive Congress, that's the former Deputy Timi Frank, has condemned Supreme Court verdict ordering withdrawal of local government allocation in Rivers State. He described it as criminal usurpation, and he warned that the unrest resulting from the ruling should be blamed on President Bola Tinubu, Chief Justice of Nigeria, Kekere Ekun. From the legal judgment emerged the Supreme Court, he said the world knows that this is the most fraudulent ruling ever. How can Supreme Court in good faith, anti-truth, anti-gun, anti-human compromise judgment designed to help opposition APC take over the state? That's what Timi Frank is saying. So you see, the conundrum goes back and forth. And maybe one of these days, what I'll do is I'll bring my brother Timi Frank on the show to come and say his own part and give his analysis of national history.
And you know, that's in Friday. That's in Friday. Wike was quick to, you know, start celebrating, you know, the Supreme Court verdict.
Yes,
almost immediately.
Yes, now.
Like an RNG. Yes, now.
Now you talk that one. I don't know.
Now it be like RNG, like.
If you are legis must prove, I don't know that one.
Okay. Oh.
Supreme Court ruling, they celebrate Supreme Court ruling.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if RNG did there.
Okay.
My Lord, I not did there. My Lord. But it speaks volumes. You know how we collectively condemned Obasanjo when this thing happened against Tinubu? It is shocking that it is on that same Tinubu's watch that all of this is happening. So it's official that all the things we blamed people against, all the thing we fought for Tinubu about when people did it to him,
yeah,
all the things he's now doing now, you know. So it's sad. It's sad.
But there's been these rumor as regards impeachment. Rufai, what do you think? Impeaching Fubara?
No, but that was the plan all along. It's not a case of a rumor. What led to the removing of the roof? There were fears of impeachment. So this one? But you see why they cannot strike that chord is now that the main substantive case on the legality of those lawmakers is still at the Federal High Court. So that the defected lawmakers and all of that. So there's a substantive case at the Federal High Court. So we'll still have to look at how that pans out. You get. So that's one of the cases on ground. But that's always the main trust now. And you see, the most important thing, let's see. There's an article written by my very good friend and brother, also posted on VO News. By Lasisi Olagunju, very good editor. I pity Sanwo-Olu. It's a very, very important article as regards what is happening. Because see, on all of this, it is a fight also about Sanwo-Olu. The truth has to be said. In all of this, people are emboldening Obasa against Sanwo-Olu. And we know those people. And that was why Obasa could make rubbish of the governor when they came to present the budgets. So, and now, they have also pushed it further, withdrawing the security of Miranda before they said it was an audit check or something before they restored it and allowed Obasa range right rough shoulder. He said in his article, I'll read this to you. He said, the second person I invest my pity in with a heavy heart is Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. The sacrifice he took to the Lagos intersection last night is still there. Those who stand to eat did not eat. Check the Iroko and his branches. The squirrel that used to dance with the head is no longer rejoicing with tail. The omens are not good. The man is fast becoming a bigger Fubara, and I ponder his fate as his ford is floods. Neither Inyon Labe or Kalabe will satisfy those who might have offended. He should just hurry home to his fathers and ask them what the gods want. Unfortunately, he cannot be heard complaining about anything. That is not fair in the Lagos arrangement. He's a product of that system. May God help him and help his godfather. That's in that article. You can read more of it on VOnews.com, a sister newspaper outlet of Voice of the People. Did you hear what he said there? So all of this was also about him. Because the enthronement of Obasa with so much power was also as a means to be able to check Sanwo-Olu. I'll give you two instances with empirical facts.
Okay.
Number one, you remember how Obasa stopped Sanwo-Olu's commissioners' nominees. Okay. I remember how I had to stand tall and fight on behalf of those commissioners because there was no empirical point stopping them. The likes of the Commissioner for Information today knows the role I played in Lagos State in fighting for those commissioners before they finally reach an agreement. And we stood with Sanwo-Olu and the Lagos State government because I always fight a fight of justice. I don't care your party. That's why people say, I don't care about party. I care about principles. These were the best people the governor could have worked with. There was no allegations of ineptitude or anything against them. All the allegations didn't hold water. But Obasa wanted to assert his powers then. And he went for political broke against Sanwo-Olu. That one passed. Sanwo-Olu mellowed down. The next one was now the case of this Wahala, the budgets. Budget, we all know, is normally presented with fanfare and love and happiness. And you need to see how Obasa was pushing them around in the presentation of the budget. You also remember the things he said that the people that are governor, they are not better than me. What other position has Sanwo-Olu held apart from this Baba Sokwe position of speaker that they've given him all this while? It's not just a common lawmaker. So he wants to compare himself with the likes of them Sanwo-Olu, and Ambode. Give it Sanwo-Olu. Those were technocrats that served in different capacity in the government before he came. You want to compare himself with them Ambode, but was top accountant in Lagos. So these are the things, and that's why Lasisi Olagunju, my very dear friend and Igbo, is very apt in that article. I'm going to read more of it on VOnews.ng.com. So it's with a heavy heart we are talking today. And I hope people see the delusion, again, called Trump and what he did to an ally on Friday. Because now conspiracy theorists don't want us to talk the truth again. We always say it. Okay. We don't care who's happy or not. All people saw the delusion, lying. And let me set some facts straight.
Okay.
America now claiming that they are doing Ukraine a favor. Most of the weapon America is supplying to Ukraine aid still goes back to America because American company produces them. Most of the military contracts, over half of the aid they've given to Ukraine still come back to them because they take from their stockpiles. And the American companies like Raytheon, like Lockheed and all of that, they produce the Patriot missile. So it still feeds into the American industrial complex. And him lying that they are over Europe. And somebody is in a state of war. Our people are now concerned about the clothes Zelensky is wearing. Is it not the same clothes? So Zelensky is wearing a suit and tie when his country is in a state of war. So you know that was the magic to humiliate Zelensky, and that's why Europe is standing up. But the sad reality is, nobody is saying, and see, let me be debunking all the Russian propaganda. Nobody is saying that we don't want peace. We all want peace. Nobody wants war. I mean, I was in England then, when I would always go to the church and would pray against war in the Catholic Church. But see, nobody can trust Russia because all this thing I'm giving you, go and research it, is facts. As at the 90s, there was something called the Budapest Memorandum. This is what Russian propagandists will not tell you. Where for Ukraine to submit the nuclear weapon in its arsenal, the code was in Russia, but the nuclear weapon was on Ukrainian soil. After the disintegration of Soviet Union. To submit those nuclear weapons, America had a deal with Russia and Ukraine, and they all agreed that they will never invade Ukraine. They will always protect Ukraine. It's called the Budapest Memorandum. And that's why they submitted, Ukraine used to have the third largest arsenal of nuclear weapons. That's why they submitted the nuclear weapon to Russia to be able to de-escalate things and make peace. Russia signed that Budapest Memorandum. But the next thing, because Russia now had the president called Putin that wanted to be expansionist, and all the lie that they also lie that it's because of NATO expansion. Even Mikhail Gorbachev confirmed that they never made any agreement against the expansion of NATO. The empirical facts, go and research it. Stop listening to Russia propaganda. They never, and I guess if people don't know who Mikhail Gorbachev was the former leader of USSR, Soviet Union. There was never any agreement against expansion of NATO. So, and Putin that is talking today, using that one as a cannon fodder, Putin, because he wanted to expand after taking Crimea, now started funding separatist groups within Russia and Luhansk. He now was now spreading propaganda of ethnic cleansing of Ukrainians in the Donbass region. It's a lie. It was Putin that was funding separatist groups. It's just like what is happening that some people are saying they want to secede from Nigeria and they are being funded by countries close to Nigeria. You think Nigeria will be happy about it? No. So that's why Ukraine had to fight back under the then president, who was a chocolate magnate, Petro Poroshenko. So another lie, the lie is about the Maidan revolution. There was no Maidan coup like Russia is calling. It was a Maidan revolution where they were saying that Yanukovych, who was a puppet of Putin, should sign the agreement to make Ukraine an associative nation with the EU. And when he didn't, they forced him. So these are some of the propagandas they spread. We will always say the facts so that we should start. All of this that I've said, please go and research it, the empirical fact. We will keep talking because misinformation cannot rule.
All right, thank you.
We have seen the hands of Russian misinformation everywhere, and we say it the way it is.
Thank you, Rufai. Thank you, Rufai.
Bless you.
Before I let you go, just one more story. I want to bring you back to Nigeria. It's a very important story. Just touch on it. IBB's revelation clears path for Igbo presidency in 2027. An APC ex-aspirant is the one who's saying that there. IBB's revelation clears path for Igbo presidency.
Revelation of what's it called does not even clear any path. We have always said it for the sake of justice. Let's also has a path to Igbo presidency. Let's forget all of this sentiment. IBB didn't need to write a book and say there was no Igbo coup before people will know that it's clear path. We, people like me, I have campaigned that there must be Igbo president. I don't care where the man is from, as long as it's from Igbo extraction. It's only right and fair. Let's stop deceiving ourselves. People from other extraction have been president. Why can't the Igbos become president? Is it not their country too? You call the Igbos Nigerians, they are saying they don't have right to be presidency. What kind of talk, talk is that? IBB doesn't need to write a book before our eye will clear. I beg. Thank you, Jare.
Thank you, Rufai. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
You know, I would want to now bring in CP. CP is, I will start with this same story, all right? CP is from the Igbo extraction. He's of the Igbo extraction, and I would want to get his own take on this. It is revelation, okay, since IBB has said all of these now, what was the way forward? At least give the Igbos presidency in 2027, at least use that to maybe the way compensate the Igbos. That's what some persons are saying. Compensate the Igbos now that we now know the truth. But then I have a political enthusiast. He is a former commissioner of police in Oyo State. His name is Chuks Enwanwu. I want to have a brief conversation with him as regards two major stories that had to do with the Southeast. Good morning to you, sir. Welcome.
Good morning to you, Ikami Judy, and to the listeners.
Good morning to you. Now, I stopped. Let's begin here. This is where I stopped with Rufai. I will start here with you. A former presidential aspirant of the APC in the 2019 elections, Charles is his name. He has said that the former military head of state, General Ibrahim Babangida's recent clarification on the January 1966 coup d'etat will ultimately pave the way for a Southeast president in 2027. The headline says IBB's revelation clears path for Igbo presidency in 2027. Talk to us, CP, on what you know
Well, that is the person's personal opinion. Granted that IBB made a lot of revelations, at least making it abundantly clear that number one, that coup was not intended to benefit Igbos. Granted that ultimately Agui Ironsi, being the most senior military officer, emerged. And be that as it may, the Igbos have suffered a lot. But the book Revelation of IBB does not translate into an automatic access to presidency for the Igbos. IBB is not the first writer. It's one of the many writers, and many people have been in the past condemning the way the Igbos have been treated or marginalized in the polity within the Nigerian political system. Whatever it is, the way I see it, it depends on the political parties and who they are presenting. And at the same time, it also depends on the voters, if their votes will count, on the best candidate they will feel like supporting.
Okay.
And furthermore, there's a problem in the Nigerian polity or politics, as the case may be. That stereotype is a very strong determinant and deterrent too for aspiring candidates. The politicians capitalize on it, on the naivety and poverty of the people.
Okay.
When the time comes, people will now begin to campaign along tribal and religious lines. In their, using their political platforms where they must have succeeded in getting tickets to pursue their political ambition. So, in as much as the Igbos are the sympathetic, are the group to be sympathized with because of the ordeal before the war, during the war, and post-war, even up till date. I would not really think that Nigerians are matured enough to say enough is enough. Let us all follow Igbo. But at the same time, it depends on the candidate the Igbo is presenting. It's not Igbo that is presenting, no. It depends on the candidate that emerges from the Southeast geopolitical zone. If it's the good type with good pedigree,
CP,
and has the quality of what it takes.
Okay.
Yes.
According to some persons, Nigerians, they've said the best way to say sorry, to the Indibos is if you give them presidency in 2027 or at most say 2031. Give them presidency to say sorry. Because a lot of persons have said, well, now that IBB has said it, we shouldn't even tell federal government, we shouldn't even tell Nigeria, we shouldn't tell those in power that, hey, it is time to say sorry to an average Igbo man. What do you make of that? What do you make of that statement?
Well, from that statement, it is those who are well-intentioned that would think that way. Those with good heart that have fear of God. But on the other side, power is so sweet, though. The political office holders and their lackeys or errand boys will tell them to forget what people are talking. Move on, because they know that they are beneficiaries. So the issue of let us please give Igbos this thing for 2027 may not suffice. They will say, well, that one is the past, it's in the past. Let them wait for future. It's our time, it's our turn. It's a miloko. So you see in 27, you see the power, the centrifugal force from the powers that be at the center who work towards restoring the present setup. That is having a second term for the present president and, possibly governors to battle to do that. Then if you talk of 31, the North will not agree. They will tell you, no, 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 no. It goes to South 4 years. If they are lucky, they get second term, then this is our turn. So Southeast should wait. That's what I foresee that may likely play out. And if it plays out, that means they should wait till 2039, after 8 years possibly. But God knows best. That's my own periscope from the way I'm I'm viewing the whole thing. So nothing stops the Igbos to aspire, not as a group or not as a people, for Igbo candidates.
The big question is, how do you now carve the how do you carve the Igbos into this same political structure or into this same political arrangement? Because when hold on, sir. What you said, when the North is done, the South will tell you it's their turn, you know, and basically they might not be looking at Southeast again. They might be looking at maybe Southwest again, or maybe South.
At that point in time, depending on the candidates that will come and how they will appeal to the delegates and the congresses of the political parties, they may, at that point in time, will say, okay, out of sympathy, whatever it is, let us give them a trial for one term. And it also depends on the way the bridge is built. Good enough, Igbo are lucky now to have a good President General in the Ohanese, which is this John Azumbata. You know, he is the type that can build bridges for the Igbo as a group between the south, southeast, southwest, southeast, northeast, north central, northwest, southeast. He is capable of building that bridge. And that is one. Then two, for them to begin to diffuse that stereotype that these politicians are always using and capitalizing on, especially religion and tribe. You see, if you look at the past, from the time of Ahmadu Bello down to even the present day, anytime you mention the Southeast or the Igbo, negative comments will start coming up, that they are very domineering. If they enter a town, before you know it, they start building houses, trying to take over the place.
Okay.
You know? So they are always brainwashing the upcoming generation, which is extremely dangerous and is not conducive for development and investments. Because if you leave a level playing ground, no matter where anybody comes from, so long as he's law-abiding and he has the capacity to open up that place, support the person, both in that investment and politically too.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing wrong for an Olufemi to go to Enugu and win an election. Or nothing wrong in Mohammed Ibrahim going to Imo to win an election. Maybe because he would have stayed in Owerri for a long time. He's known, he grew up there. He may or may not even speak Igbo. But because of what he has impacted in that community, they support him. That is the direction I pray and hope we are heading to. And that's the way forward for the country.
Thank you. CP, yeah. I don't know what your time will be like. I mean, how busy your schedule will be. I would have loved to, have you by 10:30, between 10:30 and 12, this morning, because there is this news, there's this story. We might not be able to finish it now because I have a lot of questions. We need to open our eyes into this whole issue. Now, Soludo is telling Igbos to prioritize investments in eastern Nigeria. If I delve into this story now, this issue, we might not just leave here today. So I want to ask you, please, I don't know how your schedule is like, but will you be a chance to come on the show again later?
I'll be in a meeting between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. Whatever it is, if I'm done with the meeting, I'll call you or send you a message.
Thank you.
As soon as I'm free and done with the meeting, I'll do that.
Thank you, CP.
Well, concerning what Soludo has said in brief, he is talking out of fear of what has been happening to the Igbos.
CP, please. I wouldn't want you to go into it. I want to get this one later because there are so many questions that will follow. Please. Let's talk. Let's discuss this again by 10:30. Okay. Thank you, sire. Thank you.
Right.
Let's leave it there today. Appreciate you.
It's all right. Thank you.
Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Yeah, 10:30 will be hot. I tell you, we will come back here. Okay, let me just give you a little breakdown to just help you understand what you should. What will be coming later. Governor Chukwuma Soludo of Anambra State has called on the Igbo community in Lagos to prioritize the development of their homeland by establishing business hubs and boom towns that will attract foreign capital and stimulate economic growth in the southeast region rather. And so that will be our focus later. So let's just get to open up the studio lines now. I for even like make go, if you want to comment, don't talk about this story, just leave it first. Leave it for later. Talk about something else. All right? I just want to help you understand what you should expect, later by 10:30. All right? My name is Jude. Ikame Jude. I will take your calls just after this.
Get one ababada. What's strong kakaraka? What's in the name?
Domin Herbal Powder is your #1 immune booster for general well-being. It also helps people with high blood pressure, diabetes, and all other chronic diseases. Domin Herbal Powder is organic. Just add a teaspoonful into a small cup of hot water and drink in the morning before meals and evening after meals. Domin Herbal Powder is available in all pharmacies and herbal shops in Nigeria. For bulk purchase, visit Obed Israel Enterprise Nigeria Limited, B33 Jigawa Plaza Trade Fair Market, or Rich Priest Pharmacy, 21 Afolabi Street, Tipa Garage, Igbo, Lagos, or Solid Sycamore Pharmaceutical Limited, 9 Ehi Street, Ijesha, Surulere, Lagos. For more information, call 0704 591 7000 or for Ghana 054 31-581-95. Domin Herbal Powder is not for persons below 12 years, not for pregnant and nursing mothers. Domin Herbal Powder.
But to first move away from your radio set or you turn down the volume, just about 60s. Okay, 2 minutes. 2 minutes for you. 2 minutes for you, but please be as brief as possible. Don't want to touch on every story. Just 1, 2 is fine, and leave the rest for others. Okay? Like I said, move away from your radio set or turn down the volume so we can hear each other. Mind what you say on the national radio. In other words, be very, very civil. My name is Jude. Ikame Jude. Good morning, and what's your name?
Good morning to you, sir. Mr. Ikame Jude.
Oh, good morning to you.
Yeah, my name is Peter Monse from Shomolu.
All right.
Ikame Jude, in all these heartbreaking and distressful stories, where is Nigeria and where are Nigerians? Let me take the news that somebody says that with money, you can win election in Nigeria. Not only winning election in Nigeria with money you can buy Nigeria. That is where we are now. Some people with money, whether ill-gotten or normally gotten, have bought over Nigeria. And then what are we seeing? When a retiring justice in Nigeria told us that the courts have been compromised, the courts have been bought over. So with money, they have bought over the court. With money, they have bought over the INEC. With money, they have bought over the police. All the institutions in Nigeria, politicians have used their ill-gotten money because they cannot tell me where they got this money. They have bought over Nigeria. And where are Nigerians today? And I ask this question because if you could tell me about the university students that were abducted, we told ourselves about how many that were killed in Benue last week. And we have told ourselves of how Nigerians are being abducted everywhere, kidnapped everywhere, killed everywhere in Nigeria, no safety in Nigeria. Nigerian children cannot go to school again. Majority of them are at home. And we have told ourselves of how Nigerians are going to bed either with empty stomach or they go to dustbin to scavenge for food. Then we have told ourselves, we have seen in Nigeria today how Nigerian children cannot move around again. You cannot afford medical treatment in Nigeria. So where is Nigeria today? Politicians have bought over Nigeria and they have destroyed Nigeria. Look at what is happening in a river state. The constitution of Nigeria tells us that if you defect from a party that elected you, you lose your seat. And then the Supreme Court is telling you something else. Where is Nigeria today and where are Nigerians? Ogami, I want you to tell me, Why should Boko Haram in Nigeria, insurgency generally, last up till this moment? APC government is 10 years plus. And they told us when they were campaigning that Boko Haram will be a thing of the past. And they told us that the Chibok girls and Ney Sharibu will be brought back home in a jiffy. And today, Nigerian daughters are still in the forest, in the bush. So my question now is, do you think Nigerians need to go out and vote? Please, tomorrow when you bring Rufai, I may ask Rufai that he has been saying we should go out and vote. But what is happening today in Nigeria, they are already distributing the years for themselves, that this one will be there for this time, even when all Nigerians have died.
Thank you.
Then this one will come, even when they started problems. So, Rufai, please, when you come tomorrow, tell Peter Monte whether Nigerians still need to go and vote again.
Thank you, Peter Monte.
Since they are part of
Appreciate
Nigeria.
You.
God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you so much for calling. 0700 903 903 903. WhatsApp 081 717 56338. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Innocent. I'm calling from Mamu Ward.
Good morning, Innocent.
Please, I want to talk one thing. Now, this everybody have seen that somehow Southeast is not the sponsor of the queue. I think it's the queue. So now we are happy. But you do know that also people are making some excuse that is convincing me now that I don't know whether people believe what Babangida wrote. Because I asked a friend, I have a friend of ours stand here, but we are trying to sort things out. And they are telling me also that if we now say that what Babangida wrote is true, what of the what they call the Ojukwu, who now single-handedly released Awolowo from Eastern East jail and tell him to go and declare Oduduwa? That's why can't I see that anybody that have that kind of desperate mind to release somebody that is not his friend, because they say that Awolowo is not Ojukwu friend because Awolowo is not a soldier. So if he can release him because he wants him to go and declare Oduduwa, can't I see that person like Ojukwu can also maybe is the brain behind those Agirons and involve them? Who made this coup? Maybe he's one that directed them or who put them into that confusion to go and do these things because they believe that Ojukwu is more brilliant than them. Maybe he's one that is bringing all these things that they did. That's why people are calling it Igboki. But I say, I don't know that. But what they are saying is like looking like something that everybody will look at it and say, is it true or not? But we are not born then. Nobody knows whether Ojukwu had that kind of spirit to, because of his own interests or whatever, to make these things work. That is that. And again, for me as a person, I'm seeing Southeast as people where the Nigerians are planning to give us this opportunity to be the president if he works. Also, we Southeast to think if Zik have contested in Nigeria this thing and lose, Ojukwu contested and lose, Ekweme contested and lose, Peter Obi contested, all these things is from one state out of the 5 states. Can't other ones just provide the other states to contest whether they will succeed?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's do more calls, everyone. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I'm Obama Vincent from Ogun State.
Let's go.
Now, the area I'm going is the area of a Supreme Court judgment on River State crisis. I want to say to me, as a person, that judgment is stealing and abetting. Because if the 27 members have defected, the Supreme Court should order that fresh election should be done or conducted so as to get a complete number. But for the Supreme Court to tell the 27 members to return to the House, I think it is stealing. The 27 members are stealing people's mandate, and the Supreme Court is abetting them to continue. It is very, very wrong. Okay. It's like a man having 10 children, and he wants to share his asset to the 10 children. And 7 out of them said, after receiving the asset, he said, Baba, you are not our father. Our father is from the north. That is what our mother told us. And they carry the asset again and leave the father. I think that is the Supreme Court is doing very, very bad thing to this nation. I condemn that they are ruling. That's my own stand on that. And the Sharia law, which one of the states asking the school to close down because of Sharia law for their fasting. I think that is very, very wrong. I have been saying that Sharia will never do this nation a good something. People that are agitating that they should introduce it in the West is very bad. Look at it. That is everybody there and Islamic people. I think that is very, very wrong. They should consider the interests of this nation than their personal interests. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for calling. Hello, good morning.
Jude, good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name?
Yeah, Joe from Bariga.
All right. Quickly.
No, Jude, I'm throwing in a different way. Jude, what has happened to our power? Our electricity in Nigeria is getting poorer and poorer every year. Why? What are we going to do about it? So, you remember, in next 2030 now, we have new technology will come in, EVSs will come in, a lot of new technology will come in, and we're still talking about our power. We don't have power. We don't have power in Nigeria, and then we're talking about Mr. East will take presidency, West will take presidency, North will take presidency. All these things, it's not supposed to be things we are discussing. Let us discuss how we develop our country, so that we'll enjoy our country. Nigerians, what are we doing? Oh my God.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. VOPFM, good morning to you.
Yeah, Julia, good morning.
Good morning.
You have Mr. Mbako from Lasamaja.
Welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Mba is a full Igbo citizen. I, Mr. Mba, or other Igbo man or a person doesn't need even to be a president in Nigeria. Why? Because those people who fought our father, kill our mother, kill our father because of Biafra issue or Igbo Q or whatever. Today, go to their villages, go to their financials. You discover that the Igbo man are far better than them. And they discover that since ever 1960 to today, Igbo man have never ruled this country. Then those people whom presidents are coming from them, are their life or are their finance are better than Igbos. Whether the Igbo rule or Igbo does not rule, it's not our business. We are not interested. But what we are interested is self-determination. If we can only allow, then under a session of 5 years or 10 years, we will know whether Igbo are the light or they are darkness. Talking about the Igbo Q or non-Q, I just want to say that we, the Igbos, we doesn't need to be a president of Nigeria. The reason is this, because if you want to know who are full one Nigeria, practicing one Nigeria, you agree with me that Igbo man is the number one. It's only Igbo man we left his region, went to another region, developed it, paid local government, paid the state, paid everything. Tell me the Nigeria system where you can see other tribes, who you can see their building in Igbo land or see their mansions in Igbo land. It's envy. They are just helping Igbo man because Igbo man, take Igbo man to the desert. Igbo man will make it, a spring water will come out there. So whether Igbo will become a president or Igbo is not a president, those who have become president today, are they enjoying their citizenship in Nigeria?
Thank you so much.
It's a shame.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
My name is PC Ojugu.
Welcome.
Somebody called it, said about that Ojugu planned everything. Ojugu did not plan anything. So they're saying that thing from the hate. And another thing I want to draw by, they are not able to give Igbo president. It's impossible. They will turn it. The only way Nigeria is separation. That's the only way to save this country. Look at bandits, killing and kidnapping people. Thank you.
Okay. We talk about unity here on the platform. I really don't like these, separation thing. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. What's your name?
Please, my name is Lekon.
Okay.
Yes, I want to contribute I've been hearing it for so long a time that the Igbo are the only tribe in Nigeria that can go to east, go to west, go to north, go to everywhere to develop the place. That no other tribes develop the east. Let us be considerate to ourselves. These Igbo people, are they not ashamed? Why must I go and develop other people's land and leave my own father's land? That means the east is not conducive. Let us forget about other sentiments. How can you tell me you leave my own father's compound, my father's environment, and go and develop the east or develop the north and develop?
Please, I want you to try and read my message, sir. I know mistake.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
If your message is readable, I will read your message. This is when they call me to say, make I go your message, go read that. That message goes strong, go. It's okay. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. Doing great. What's your name?
My name is Martin.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
That place you are is noisy, oh. But let's try. Let's go.
Okay. We can do that. You know what?
Hello? Oh, your network. I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry. Good morning. Okay. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning today. It's Tommy Judy.
Good morning to you.
Happy New Month.
I wish you same. Good morning.
My name is Peter Usifo. I'm calling from Abarojani Koto.
Welcome, Peter.
I come in peace. First, concerning what they said concerning the IBB book, that this has made way for the Igbos probably to be president in 2027 or 2031. I want to say again, I want to repeat the words of Jagaban, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that power is not served a la carte. Power is gotten through party, integrity of the personality, contesting another party, and of course, the political force or the grassroots support he may have gotten from that party. You understand? So that is how power is gotten. We are talking about power structure, the political structure in that party belonging to that person who has integrity to rule. So that is that. As for Senator Natasha, I'm happy that she has successfully diverted the attention of many Nigerians to the issue at stake. She has diverted the main issue of her misdemeanor on the platform or on the floor of the Senate to sexual harassment. This is very unfortunate. And many Nigerians are buying it. They are calling dogs a bad name in order to hang it. They are trying to say that the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, actually did it just because they don't like him ab initio. This is very unfortunate. Natasha Akpoti should go and face the Senate Committee, the Senate Disciplinary Committee, and stop mesmerizing around. In fact, he should be sued by the Senate President himself, not even the Senate President's wife, sued for defamation of character and claim for about 500 billion naira as damages.
Peter Osifo, you did, yeah? You know Akpabio, you know Natasha, you did, yeah?
Let me conclude, please.
You did talk like George. Sir?
My friend Jude, let me conclude my thoughts. I'm going to River State this morning. Yes, our friend Fubara has said that he will obey the court judgment, the Supreme Court judgment, based on the ECC, the CTC. That is it. So, but let us talk about something else concerning that.
Okay.
You see, some people have been saying that other cases are pending in the Federal High Court, Appeal Court, concerning the cross-carpeting of the 27 House of Assembly members in Rivers. They are waiting for that to be dead by the court. Let it be known now that the court cannot go against itself.
Okay.
Any other judgment that comes after the judgment will be seen as mere academic exercise. I have only two options for similar Fubara. the governor of River State. One, you should prepare to, just honorably resign from office. Apart from that, you should also prepare to face, the impeachment notice.
This man, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Not they talk like say you be George. You are not giving you just say you should prepare for that. Mr. Osifu, calm down now, sir. Calm down. All these things you are doing or saying, this is our Nigeria. It's not only you. We are seeing too. It's only you that is seeing. And sometimes you'll be fighting that people don't share your opinion. People think you are that. Look at what you're saying. When 850 are for and 2 are against, look at it yourself. Look at it yourself. The injustice in River State. Now they take and they brag now. Fubara should just resign because weekend at back of your house in the sleep. Or not there in building house. Or he visited your community and promised you guys free electricity for 3 years. Our country, not only you get time Peter House, if we let's leave it, just leave this issue. Me, I don't want to argue with you, but we all are seeing what is happening in Nigeria. We are seeing, I would want to read messages now, everyone. I know. Well, let me just read your messages quickly, everyone. I'll start with this one. Mayor from Ikotwigbe is saying, okay. You've been calling. Let me give you a chance to just say something quickly. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Kami Jude.
Good morning.
My name is Afun Adam. I'm calling from Idim.
All right. What now? Uh-oh. Sorry. Okay, I think I have to take. Let me read messages now, please, everyone, because of my time. Okay, good morning to everyone in the studio, my fellow Nigerians. Hear me and hear me clearly. No one can convince me that civilian regime is better than the military. I know very well that during the military there is law and order. But what do we have today, especially since APC took over power in 2015? Everything in the country is upside down. The police, INEC, and the judiciary is doing APC agendas openly. Look at Lagos, Imo, Osun, Rivers. In fact, the whole country is like no one is in control. What do you expect when the number one man will tell you, go there, snatch it, grab it, and run away with it? Also said it openly that power is not given or served, but power is taken. Democracy, my foot. Now, wow, it's strong. It's strong. And what is this man saying? He said to me, the government of the day is squeezing life out of the people daily from one hike to another. Today, 50 naira is deducted from every 100 or 10,000 naira received in an account, and then 100 naira ATM withdrawal begins. All this money I ask for whose benefit? Where is the money diverting to? Up to 8 days now, we don't have light in Shogunle, and life is becoming unbearable to us in Shogunle. Please help us beg Ikeja Electric to give us light. Benjamin, still from Shogunle, is the one who sent that message. Okay, from Mazu Gochuku, it says northern governors that are playing religious game with the future of our children by closing schools should be cautioned. I'm sorry for our judiciary. They don't value integrity again. Akpabio should stay away from Alex Oti and focus on his issue with Natasha. Governor Sonwolu, we need footbridge in Toyota bus stop Ladipo. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is what he said. All right, thank you so much. Let's see what HROH Bisun Woko in Oshodi is saying. He said, I knew very well that there is a hand of monkey in the case of Natasha Akpoti. Okay, and Senate President Akpabio, my advice to Akpabio is that he should watch his back and be careful of all these allegations. Not good for him at all. And for NLC, their threat is always dead on arrival and doesn't make any more sense. Tell Ikeja Electric to give us light in Oshodi. Oshodi too? Oh, wow. They don't do. Political tensions in Rivers, local and Oshun, in Rivers, Lagos and Oshun is sequel to high-handed APC style of governance. The earlier the government and the party calls itself to order, the better for the nation. NLC should go and sit down. Nobody takes them serious anymore. Osimaji from Shasha is the one who sent that message. And this person says, okay, Iotech is saying, greetings to you. Judah, Ikami Judah, it's a beautiful Monday morning, okay? NLC are on their own. They have lost people's confidence. Yes, it's quite obvious that Igbos are marginalized for years. We don't have judiciary in this country. How can 3 courts give different verdicts? Also, Obasa is impeached and the impeachment ought to stand. And in Rivers, what is playing out is too incredible. Mr. Wike should allow Fubara to do his work, and Akpabio is not mature enough to what now? Akpabio is not mature enough to be Senate president. My regards to Auto Paul's Rufai. Huh? How do you say? I urge Natasha to stand her ground. Let them, okay. Let them please release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Iotech, thank you so much. And let's see Chude Josephine from Ayetoro is saying, good morning. Electricity hike has taken place since 1st of March. ATM hike has also commenced since 2 days ago. Yes, I noticed that one. So what is NLC warming up for? When the deed is already done. I recharged yesterday. The token I got was unbelievable. They have slashed it from 78 units to 30 units. Therefore, if NLC wants to fight for the rights of masses, the fight should start now without wasting time. That's what he's saying. Okay, thank you. That's what she's saying, rather. Okay, please, I want to understand what Dangote is talking about concerning 65 naira per liter, and they won't refund that money to, something since they dropped the price. You understand? The process in Jos concerning drivers in Southeast should not be taken for granted, because innocent people in Jos will begin to pay for what they did not know about. Fubara obeying the Supreme Court judgment is something worried about, because he gets as he be. God bless VOP family. Please let this government release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you. Merrick Franklin Mary from Bucknell Estate sent that message. And let me read this message from Frank O. Nero from the United States of America. He says, Akpabio should step aside as Natasha Senate President for a proper and thorough investigation into the allegation of sexual harassment against him. Yeah. NLC and their threat about strike is a joke. When they are serious, Nigerians will know. Meanwhile, former Speaker Obasa's action is absolutely a display of impunity and is being backed by top APC leaders. We must all fight against abuse of power by politicians. Otherwise, there will be anarchy in our society. Nigerians must begin to choose the best of us to rule the rest of us to get the best from us. May God help and heal our land. Frank O. Nero sent that message from the United States of America. Thank you so much. And let me see what this person is saying. Akpabio talks too much. What concerns him with Abia State? Abia State's governor, His Excellency Dr. Alex Chioma Oti. He should keep his celebration to himself. Sim Fubara remains the governor of River State. Obeying Supreme Court is secondary for him until the case of the 27 defected lawmakers of River State at the Federal High Court is taken care of. Yeah, we're watching and waiting for Natasha Akpoti's saga. 10th National Assembly's name is at stake. Ajero-led NLC is a toothless bulldog. We are not on the same page with him. The wars are ruling the best of us. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. Churchill from Ikorodu is the one who is sending that message. And then the PDP chairman asked Nigerians to pray for peace and unity during the Ramadan period. And it seems it's every year politicians will be asking for prayers and for unity, and without justice there won't be peace and unity in Nigeria. Leo from Lagos, good morning. There are no men of integrity in the Supreme Court anymore. That's what he's saying. And this person saying, my name is Ibezim from Ojekule Market, Ladipo. Former governor of Imo State, Chief Ndewa, is right. With your money in Nigeria, you can win election by bribing INEC and judiciary. Let them give the right people a chance to govern this country, and also let the federal government release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Is not the problem of Nigeria. Ibezim is his name from Ojekule Ladipo Market. Have a blessed week, you too. And then, what's your name now? Good morning, Mikami Jude, the VOP family. Peter Obi is a sound and credible candidate. He worked hard, very hard, during the last election, and we all know what happened. So it is not a matter of whether Igbo man can be president in Nigeria, but how the Igbo system works, and the tribal and religious sentiment, which has been the bane of development in Nigeria. May God save our land. Amechi from Mafoluku. Okay, I will be having what's his name now? Prince Chilaka I see you calling, but I might not be able to have a discussion with you now. But hey, I would have you alongside TP Chooks, if possible, by 10:30. I'll begin with you exactly by 10:30. I know you will give me your audience, right? I know you give me your audience. You give me the time to talk to you. Prince Chilaka, thank you so much. Let's have this conversation by 10:30. A.m. For now, I have to run. Ogendigbo is here. But then, before I leave, before I bring in Ogendigbo, don't forget Peter Anosike's book, 100 Years of Amalgamation, Igbos, What Hope in Nigeria. I told you this book exposes a whole lot than Babangida did, right? Yeah. And I told you it's just for 5,000 naira only. All right? Yeah. If you need this book, you can just call. Oh, sorry, did I say call? Send a message to the number 070-121-46454. 070-121-46454. If you need this book, all right, and we'll send it to you. It's 5,000 naira. VOP 90.3 FM. Let me bring in Ogendigbo into the show right now. Otutoma.
Jude, how was the night?
I'm fine.
Jude,
I'm fine.
You know why he's laughing?
Why?
Good
morning.
Oh, you don't know what happened? Jude, you don't know what happened yesterday?
Okay,
Fulham not come you out of FA Cup.
Now don't start.
Yes.
Now don't start.
Jude.
You didn't eat last night, though.
Jude, I want to ask you one question.
Jude, look at his face. You know that.
Chukwuka used to ask me one thing. What was the score?
He said I should not yab him this morning. He sent me a message last night that I should not yab him. But I must surely yab him. You don't buy market.
Hey!
I got two kum. I got two kum.
They don't do. Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Jude. Ikami Jude. Let them come here and start doing their stuff. Okay? On social media, just check out IKAMIJUDEH. Ikami Jude. One word. I love you so much. I'll see you by 10:30. From me to you is good morning to you and have a wonderful day.
Please note, the views and